On today's episode of Back to Business, Rennie finds herself battling the ancestral curse of trying to plan a group outing with black people. She also experiences her first content creator Canon event, all while plotting a full rebrand and the biggest campaign RENWAY's ever seen, and she's managed to swindle me into narrating this entire mess unpaid. Anyway, sit back, enjoy the chaos. Show.
How could you not say cunt? Like, that's cunt. Like, because when you say something's cunt, it means like it's feminine and it's like desirable.
Hey girlies, welcome to the vlog. So we are going cinema. We're gonna go watch Sinners. It literally just came out a couple of days ago. Everyone's been raving about it, everyone's been talking about it on TikTok. We're going with a couple of our friends. They're also in a couple as well. I know, black love, right? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why black people planning stuff is just so stressful. No, black people! No. We were thinking about booking it online because obviously the seats might get sold out. That didn't work out, so yeah.
A few moments later.
Remember what I said about black people not being able to plan anything? We aren't gonna make the 8:30 screening time, so we're gonna have to go for like the 9:40. Essentially, we've got time to waste. It's literally just 8 o'clock now, so we're gonna go to my girls. We're gonna chill for a bit before we go.
She got a new G-Wag, she wanna hit highlight room and show it out. Got a new body, girl, show it out. It's a Brazilian, I know it's all. Toned up and she got a six-pack. Look like she used to play volleyball. American is.
Oi, pussy, open up the door, man.
Fresh, you can have it all. Cold to the safe, you can have it all. Fuck your main page, what's your Finsta? I wanna know the real you. You started dancing to pay your tuition, girl, I wanna know what you.
Apologies to all the girls whose boyfriends are Arsenal fans. This guy's stressed. You're not on the pitch. Why do you keep saying we? You've got faith like you can dictate what goes down. Delusional. Delusional.
Want a boutique or you wanna sell hair? Just let me know what you into. If you out in public and he want your number, just tell him my nigga will spin you.
So we're being sent inside to bloody go get the tickets. The boys are tasked with billing it.
Did it again. I don't have a fucking hat. I had a hat on all day, fam. I got a headache. I don't like beanies though.
What are you saying for me for? Hey, we have arrived.
You make me feel these days. Some getting dry for your baby girl. Smoke a nigga talk.
I'm not gonna lie, we have mixed opinions. F like the movie, he was rating it a 10 out of 10. I think it was whack. We tried to fit 5 different storylines.
I fuck with it. I give that a 10.
You see when that Chinese girl said, "Come get back in." I don't even want to watch it anymore.
The discourse regarding the movie is... I'm gonna be so honest, if a movie needs this much explaining, it was a shit movie.
I won't lie to you, bro. The movie made sense. It's not.
I'm telling you guys, they paid him. I'm telling you.
Times News, 5 stars. 5 stars.
Good morning, girls. It's the next day, as you can tell. We're gonna need a debrief. You already know what it is. The movie itself, whack. You guys are easily impressed. It's literally a movie about everything. I couldn't even tell you the plot. The directors of Nollywood movies directed that movie. Nollywood movies will be like 3 hours and there's 5 different storylines. That was exactly what this movie was like. That's enough about yesterday. We're talking about today now.
Apologies for the interruption. The rest of the footage from that day, yeah, completely corrupted. And if you're thinking, what the fuck? You should have seen her meltdown in real time. Turns out the SD card she was using wasn't even compatible with her camera. Technicalities aside, she finally bought the right one. So yeah, it's back to business.
Regardless of the setbacks, we come back harder, period. I wasn't gonna let a little losing content put me off my motion. Like, bye. Today I'm going for, it was supposed to be brunch, but it's currently 4, so I'm just going for lunch with one of my girls. I'm just walking to the location to waste time. My girl's gonna be a little late because she missed her train.
I'll lay something down for you. I'll play.
Canafe pistachio pancakes, please. Get a creme brulee iced latte.
Whole time for you. Spray the whole 100 round for you. Twisting up.
These are matcha connoisseur. Like, I'm showing you guys her matcha, and sis is not amused right now.
There's a lot of milk in there.
Yeah.
Twisting up my fingers for my dog. You my treacherous little twin, and you know that we locked in, and I love you like my kin. It's whatever for you.
Hello, y'all. The thing's shocking me. This is crazy, bro. Technology has really... okay, but deep how high tech this is. Like, this would give a Victorian child a stroke.
Yeah. You my twin. You my twin. You my treacherous little twin. You my twin. You my treacherous little twin. You my twin.
Can we just admit that smash burger really just means cremated thin meat?
Yeah, you put less meat there.
Look at my press it down. Just straight up Goliath.
Who would do the thing you do for each other, nigga? No one. Would you die for me? Would you go at niggas' necks like a tie for me? Do the time for a crime you didn't do for me? Or do a crime at a time when it was loose for me?
A little bit of context into what I'm doing today. Essentially, I did the campaign brief for Back2Business, and my other campaign that's coming up, which is called Last Call, but that's still part of the Back2Business campaign. It's a lot to get into, but I'm gonna break it down. So the Back2Business campaign series is essentially covering my rebrand. It's essentially covering RENWAY's rebrand. However, there are campaigns within, or mini campaigns, should I say? There are mini campaigns within the umbrella campaign, which is Back2Business, and one of those mini campaigns is Last Call, but they just cover different themes and they serve different purposes. So my Back2Business campaign is more so office themed, it's office sirens, core, that type of thing. It's basically RENWAY opening shop back up. I didn't just want to pop back in with a collection. It's me telling the girlies we're back again, and this time we're here to stay. The Last Call campaign is more so saying goodbye to the Runny Red collection. We have one suit left of the collection, and the campaign is basically supposed to give a little farewell to that. I'm just changing my entire strategy when it comes to my fashion brand. I feel like earlier I focused a lot more on just me-centered content or product-centered content, whereas now I want to lean into like more editorial shoots, high-class, high-end fashion type campaigns. This year we're coming back bigger, we're coming back better. Am I missing out anything else? So much content that I recorded got deleted, and I literally did so much work in those days that you guys weren't around. That's the rundown for me. Yin?
Yes, darling. This is the diaries of a babe who doesn't know what she's doing. I've had a business for 5 years. Have I sold anything? Find out on the next episode. What we're doing, we're building the foundation of a very shaky house. I figured a way of how to now incorporate my new identity into my brand. Using my babe's ebook. Listen, pain. Like, you're not short of knowledge here. I have all the tools I need to make this a success. I just owe it to myself, honestly.
And I know the city that we from, not a safe place, but I know you riding with your twin till we fade away.
So I thought let's do a little chit chat, let's do a little girly talk. So yeah, here we are. Essentially, I just need to catch the girlies up on what they missed out. Remember when I told you girlies that the footage got corrupted? There's a lot we sorted out in that time, so let's have a run through. I'm launching a new piece of my pink print collection. It's gonna be the pink print trouser. I've kind of previewed it already on my Instagram story. Not my Instagram story, on my Instagram, full stop. However, by the time you watch this video, it will not be there anymore. We're basically backtracking and we're launching the piece properly. I feel like my pre-launch campaign when I was first starting out my brand was on point. However, I feel like I got a little bit cocky and I slacked a little on my pre-launch campaigns, and we're not doing that anymore. We're coming back bigger, we're coming back better, as I keep singing, because we just are. So yeah, we're backtracking and we're doing a full-blown pre-launch campaign for the pink print trouser. I'm on my second sample. I haven't received it yet. However, My first sample was a disaster. I literally tried to record my live reaction of my first sample a couple weeks back. I didn't ever end up posting it. My sample turned out nothing like how I imagined. I was first starting out my brand, especially because I didn't have any fashion knowledge. Everything I know is self-taught, and a lot of the things I've learned through trial and error. I didn't initially know the importance of tech packs, so when I was creating pieces with my manufacturer, I would literally just send them my fashion illustrations and the measurements, and that would work for us. Well, it did work for us in the beginning. However, as my designs are getting more complicated, they're getting a lot more intricate, and I'm getting a lot more intentional with my designing. So yeah, I literally created my first ever tech pack. It was a journey. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. You know, a lot of lessons learned. Second thing I got up to is my room transformation. I'm transforming my tiny room. My room's very cluttered. I have quite a lot of things, and I'm trying to fit quite a lot of things in a small space, and I don't have much floor space, so it means I'm having to utilize my wall space. I'm getting shelves put up. I bought an LED sign made of my logo, so it says RENWAY. I am so in love with it. I'm gonna have a gallery wall around the LED sign, and it's just gonna look so pretty, and I'm really excited. But yeah, my wall right now looks a mess. A couple years ago, I went through a phase of where I wanted my room to be grey, and don't get me wrong, I do like the grey. However, with my room being small already, it just makes the space look smaller. So I feel like I'm gonna leave half of my walls grey, and the other half I want my walls to be white. So I think what I might do is I might buy some faux tile wallpaper type thingy, and I might do my entire wall that, and then put up my LED sign and have my gallery wall. And then I've also ordered myself a bedside table, because right next to my bed the area is just really cluttered. I just need a bedside table to fit into the small space that I have available, and I found one. It was on sale as well, so you know I had to grab that. And I also bought another shelf for that wall, so I can clear up some of the space on my vanity area, because again, it just feels really cluttered. I just need a clear space, a clean environment. I can't keep trying to function in chaos. It's not working. In regards to my Back to Business campaign prep, I've ordered quite a few things off Vinted. I'm not gonna lie, me and Vinted go together real bad, especially when I need dingy or just small little things that I'm never going to use again. So I needed a bunch of black folders. It was actually originally listed 5 for £2.50, but I think I ended up getting like a 9 for like £2. And then I also got this office style landline, because it's needed for the shoot, and I didn't need it to be functional, but I did need it for the shoot, and I didn't want to go out and spend like 20 or 30 odd pounds on something that I'm never going to use again. I got that off Vinted for like £2 as well. That was another steal. What else did I get for my shoot? I also booked the content studio, so we're gonna be shooting at Lounge Studios. I'm not gonna lie, the space online looks amazing. There's a lot of areas to work with, and I'm so excited. I booked for 3 hours, so hopefully that's enough time to get like video content as well as like picture content. Aside from that, we nearly also had a mishap with the shoot, so I'm having 2 campaign shoots, one for Back to Business and one for Last Call, and I'm using twins for both campaigns. And originally the set of twins that I was supposed to use for the first campaign, they're actually not available. The twins that I was supposed to use for Back to Business are actually going to be used for Last Call, and the twins I was supposed to use for Last Call are actually going to be used for Back to Business. So yeah, I'm happy we got that sorted out. You know, it's not the end of the world, life still goes on. That was a little hiccup in the way. Also, like I said, because I'm launching a new product, the pink print trouser, I'm gonna have to plan an e-commerce shoot for that. Usually when I plan my e-commerce shoots, I always have 2 models, but I'm changing my structure. I feel like I want to have 1 model for my e-commerce shoots and 2 models upwards for like my campaign shoots. I feel like it's just more cost effective, and it just makes more sense, especially because most often than not my e-commerce shoots are literally just going to be used for like my e-commerce website pictures or like product pictures. They're not really going to be used for my social media or like for advertising purposes. It doesn't make sense to invest the most amount of money into content that is a limited use, if you get what I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to invest more into my campaign shoots. That's basically the campaign deck for Back2Business, and that's the campaign deck for Last Call. They both give completely different vibes, but they're both very RENWAY coded. I feel like I'm most nervous for Back2Business though, because it's the first ever campaign that I'm actually going to be part of. I have never modeled for my brand like ever, and I'm really scared. I'm actually really shy, but this year it's all about testing the limits, pushing myself out my comfort zone, and just trying new things. Last Call, I'm not going to be part of the campaign, but I will be behind the camera. I think I've given you girls the complete rundown. Am I missing anything?
And that's enough of that. I won't let her torture us any longer with her long-winded stories or her drawn-out explanations. I've had it. So with that, cue the following day.
God, you call me by my name. The love you give me, I just can't deny. Yeah. No longer blinded, I can see you. I'm on my way to meet you. We gotta talk, you know.
I just love how romantic and intentional God is. Where do I even start? Essentially, the verse that I was focusing on this morning was Matthew 5:13, and it reads that you are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its flavour, how shall it be seasoned? It is then good for nothing, but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. Off the bat, when I read that, I thought about, you know, living in purpose and what it means to be considered the salt of the earth. So obviously salt has many uses. It cleans, it purifies, it seasons, the list goes on. My interpretation of the verse was that I, being the salt of the earth, I'm supposed to go out there and clean the world, purify it, preserve it. And if I was to lose those qualities, I'm then good for nothing because I'm not fulfilling my purpose. That was my interpretation of this verse, and that is one interpretation. However, when I went on ChatGPT, as I'm trying to do sometimes when reading Bible verses, because I feel like it just gives broader context and it allows me to see different perspectives. The perspective that ChatGPT actually gave me, when it talks about being the soul and losing its flavour, it talks about, yes, qualities, but also distinctiveness. Like things that make us different. So me as an example, I'm a fashion designer. I love art, I love all things creative, I love designing, I love beautifying women. And if I then lose those qualities, what am I good for? I still have other talents, I have other goals. But if I lose the very essence of what makes me who I am, what am I good for? Nothing. Go out into the world and be influential. Go out into the world and be distinctive. Live with purpose and don't lose the qualities that make life meaningful. And then this song played basically talks about how, regardless of how deeply you wanted to give up, genuinely on things that you care about, the Lord keeps you going. And then that ties back to this verse that you shouldn't lose or give up the things that matter, regardless of how hard it comes, because essentially then you'll lose your purpose and you'll lose the very essence of what makes you who you are. And yeah, that was just such a word, and I feel like it means so much to me because I've always felt like God has called me to do something and to make something of myself, not even for the benefit of just myself alone, but for everyone around me, for the world. I'm so passionate about so many things. I'm so passionate about homelessness, childcare. I've always had it on my heart that I've wanted to like use my fashion brand to like build a charity, or to use the money from my fashion brand to make a difference, or to just positively impact this world. And I've always felt like I've been called to something higher, and not even for the betterment of myself, for the betterment of other people. I feel like this verse and the song was kind of like my confirmation of God that I'm walking in alignment of his will. I've got like a quote tatted on me, it's even on my mood board as I'm staring at it, but it says, Lord, when I take my last breath, I want to be able to say I have used all the gifts that you have given me to leave this world better than how I found it. And essentially, that's what this verse, I feel like, was trying to tell me. It's a beautiful thing when you feel like you're speaking to God and you actually feel heard. So yeah, I'm running out of space in my Bible. I literally got a journal Bible because I just love writing stuff down. But even then, I didn't have enough space. So then I started like, you know, writing on post-it notes and just sticking it on my Bible. I'm also trying to transition away from like reading the Bible on my phone. Don't get me wrong, me and the Bible app, we go together. I feel like there's so much importance in having the physical word, especially this year. Like, I invested in a new Bible and I love her. She's just so me. I want to be one of those people with a very loved Bible. Like, when I see people with like lots of notes, I just look at it and I just think that is a loved Bible. That is a well-studied Bible. And it's not even for aesthetic purposes. It's not because of the pink highlighters or the cute little post-it notes or whatever. Genuinely, it's proof that you invest yourself in God's word. And this year, I really, really, really want to focus on doing that.
All these trials and tribulations got me tired, I need rest. And I heard that I can come to you when weary about.
Aside from Bible reading and praying, I've also been trying to incorporate reading in the morning. The book I'm currently reading right now is The Power of Habit. I've been trying to build better habits recently. I remember I saw a quote. I'm a sucker for quotes. I love quotes, I love sayings, I love idioms, I love parables. Oh yeah, and I love poetry, how can I forget? I love all things literature essentially. But I saw a quote and it was essentially like, bigger goals require better habits, and better habits requires better discipline. I have bigger goals this year, so guess what I need to build? Yep. Habits, better habits. I've been reading this book just to try and figure out how to build habits. So is it working? I would like to say so. I've been trying to build up the habit of reading the Bible and praying every morning, and I've been doing that for, I don't know, I want to say a couple of days now. It might not seem like a lot, but I'm neurospicy. I'm not consistent at anything. So the fact that I have some sort of consistency in this is showing growth. Currently I'm reading The Power of Habit. It's a good read. Discusses studies in a lot of depth, and sometimes I feel like it's too much context, too much information. Just give me what I need. But that's just the type of person I am. I like really straightforward, step-by-step action type books. So like, my favorite book is The Power of Self-Confidence, and if you've ever read that book, you know it's very straightforward. It's very do this to achieve this, do this to achieve this. I love those type of books. The type of books that leave room for error, I'm not too fond on. However, I'm getting to the part of the book where it actually speaks about how to build healthy habits. So this part is a lot less context and a bit more hands-on. So I'm enjoying this part of the book a bit more, but I'm not even that far in. I'm less than 50 pages in. So I just got ready for the day. Right now I'm gonna go walk Abby, and then I need to come back and do admin work for my campaign. Oh yeah, also I'm gonna do an unboxing of some of the stuff I got for the campaign. So there's this box. I feel like I already know what this is. This is going to be the landline or the phone that I got. I mean, it definitely gives vintage. Ignore my wallpaper in the back. I told you my room is under construction right now. This is what it looks like fresh out the box. I feel like I need to disinfect this. I don't even think it works. It doesn't really need to, if I'm gonna be honest. I also got a camcorder actually from Vinted. I've been seeing those camcorders all over like TikTok. I've been seeing people rave about the Amazon camcorder, and I don't know if I'm really going to be a camcorder girly. I don't know if it's just a phase. So I didn't want to invest a lot of money into a really expensive camcorder. This camcorder had to be cheap. So I got this. This is the same camcorder that I see all over TikTok. They're selling it on TikTok for like £50. They're selling it on Amazon for like £70. Guess how much I got this on Vinted for? £10, if that. If that. Like, I'm pretty sure the Nigerian in me is almost certain I bargained it down to the ground. No, tell a lie, it was listed for 30 and I offered 18. No, like the lowest we can go is 24. And I said no thanks. And then she was like, if you buy it now, I'll let you have it for 18. And so I bought it for 18, period. It came with all the accessories. She even gave me like 3 SD cards. I was so generous of her. Like, one SD card here, another SD card here, and now for the main attraction. I know, she's so pretty, she's so cute. It gives what it needs to give. and it was £18, so it's even sweeter. So yeah, I literally got this for £18. I'm gonna keep saying that because it was really a bargain. The exact same camera, how much does that say? How much does that say? You guys are out here getting scammed, not me. Not me. I also got an LED sign in my logo. I told you girlies that yesterday. I'm gonna show you it today though, because it's just so sick. Do you see the vision? And it comes with like this remote, so I can change the color. Like, you see that, right? Like, she's just so cool. Can we be honest? I completely procrastinated. Have I done any work? No. Have I doom scrolled on TikTok instead? Yeah. But anyways, guess what came in the mail? Another one of my room transformation items. This is actually supposed to be like my bedside table. It came in a big box, so I'm hoping it's already pre-built. I don't really want to work, you know, so if it's already pre-built, bonus points. We're gonna unbox it together. I don't know if many people know about this. A Swiss Army just literally did a mad thing. These come in clutch. Like, they're so small, they're so dingy. They just fit in all my bags, but there's just so many useful tools on them. There's a screwdriver, there's some scissors, there's a magnifying glass. There's just a lot of things, but yeah. Let's unbox this together.
You were cool enough to kick it. Got a beach house I can sell you in Idaho. Since you think I don't love you, I just thought you were cute. That's why I kiss you. Got a fighter jet, I don't get to fly it though.